Hello and welcome to Woodworking by Chan. Today I'm going to show you how I took an old maple stump that was cut down about 4 years ago and turned it into two end grain slabs to use for a table. So the first thing I had to do was cut the stump into thinner sections because 4 inches was just a little bit too thick for any sort of tabletop. I do not have a chainsaw, I wish I did at this point, but I started up by using my circular saw in the corner, but the circular saw doesn't cut very deep, and then it just gives me a nice line around the whole stump, and then it's onto the handsaw with a lot of sawing. This is just sawing, rotating, hopefully trying to get through that stump as quickly as I can, but it wasn't a quick job at all. Now what the video is not showing is all the breaks that I'm taking in between because I want to look manly. I don't want to show you guys that I'm actually sweating like a pig and taking lots of breaks so that I actually go through this without killing my arm or dying of a heart attack. I'm pretty sure I was googling chainsaws right about now. For those of you who are observant, you notice that the sweater is now off because I am sweating like a pig, even though it is a cold fall day. I believe this break was actually to go get some food because I was dying. And then finally, now because I'm cutting this with a handsaw and my hand sawing skills aren't that good, I'm left with two slabs that aren't very smooth at all, which means I have to do some flattening of the slabs. I've decided I'm going to use my router to flatten the slabs, which means I need a little jig, which I made this, which is from a MDF, and then two pieces at the end. Now you'll see why this is useful when I show you this footage, because I just clamp the two ends onto either side of sort of my walls, and then so I can slide my router along the groove back and forth. And this helps me set a depth and then just go back and forth to try and router everything to that depth. So this is the speed that I was going, just to show you how slow you have to go, because you don't want to go too fast. It's going to skip out, it's going to damage your wood or even your router bit. Now we can speed up the video because this is a lot of routering back and forth to try and get the wood down to my probably 2.5 or just over 2 inch of depth, because you're only taking off an eighth, maybe a 16th of an inch with each pass, because you don't want to go too deep. You don't want to go too aggressive with the cut because, like I said, it could damage the wood or even your router bit. Now, once I've gone over the entire slab with the particular height or depth of the router bit, I'm going to lower the router bit a little bit more and redo the entire slab again. Now, you get to a point where you can't lower the router bit any lower because it's already bottomed out, and at that point, I have to lower my side walls so that I can reset the router bit and go lower again. Now, I really should come up with a better jig that probably has like threaded rods on the corners so that I can use some sort of a nut washer system that I can systematically lower it down, micro increments each time. I guess you can look for that on an upcoming video at some point. So once I've finished routering one side of the slab completely to the thickness or the flatness that I like, then I'm going to flip the slab over and repeat the entire process on the other side, which means I'm doing this just like the sawing of the wood for a long, long time. So this entire routering the slabs flat took about just over 2 hours. And finally, once both sides are flattened to my desired thickness, I can take it out. I use my hand to just check it for any major bumps or missed spots. This isn't done yet. I have to go over it with a hand plane to make sure it's nice and smooth, but it's to a point where I can use it now. Now, doing this way leaves a lot of sawdust. I'm going to collect these. I'm not going to dump these out because I will use them later to fill in all these cracks that have developed in the stump over the years. So that's it for the video today. In an upcoming video, you'll see me put in butterfly splints for all those cracks that have developed, as well as flattening it up with my hand plane and then finishing it off. Right? See you in the next video.